All right, and we are back here on the GSMC Football Podcast. And for the final part of the show, we are going to talk about Baker Mayfield and his comments, recent comments, of comparing himself to dirty laundry. But actually, before I get into that, because I wanted to mention this earlier in the show, and I didn't, I wanted to um, bring up the passing of a couple of um, individuals in the NFL community. So you had Monty Kiffin, longtime defensive coordinator, and then also recently, yesterday, Jacoby Jones passed away as well, and that was another. There's been some shocking passings in the NFL community over the last year or so. Jacoby Jones was 40, that was a shocker. Of course, a couple of plays that I think of when I think, well, actually, a few plays. Of course, you had the kickoff return in the Super Bowl against the 49ers. And then, before that, a few weeks before that, against the Broncos, Flacco threw up that pass to him in the divisional round against the Broncos, and he made that catch over Raheem Moore for the touchdown. And then a funny moment on Thanksgiving a year later when Mike Tomlin was like standing a little close to the field there, and kind of got in the way of Jacoby Jones as he was running back a kickoff, and got out of the way and kind of made Jones like change his route a little bit. That affected him, and if Tomlin's not there, Jacoby Jones probably takes that to the house. But that was the other play as well. But yeah, just a shocker. And again, just we've had these shocking passings, over the last year or so with some other guys as well. So it's just it's very sad. My heart goes out to his family, out to Monty Kiffin's family as well. Like I said, I wanted to bring that up in the earlier in the show, but I forgot to, so I'm going to bring it up now. But yeah, it's sad, and I never really like talking about these on the show, just because then you gotta get back to what you were originally talking about, because there's no clear way of transitioning now back into what we're going to talk about, because I just said we're going to talk about Baker Mayfield and him calling himself comparing himself to dirty laundry. So but yeah, it just sad news on that front, and but I wanted to bring it up just because it's a big deal. Um, so yeah, let's get back into, again, no easy way to get back into what I was originally going to talk about, and that's Baker Mayfield and his recent comments. But yeah, let's get into it though. So yeah, he compared himself to dirty laundry, and he said, so these are some of his recent comments. You're having a lot more fun when you're not getting shipped off to different places like a piece of dirty laundry, I'll tell you that. So when I got embraced in Tampa, it made a world of a difference. I've always played ball to enjoy it. I mean, it is a game, yes, it is my job, but I love it so much. I've always worn my emotions on my sleeve, and so let people embrace that, and that's why I'm so excited for having more years to come in Tampa. And of course, he got paid this offseason and deserved it. 3 years, $100 million with $50 million in guarantees. And he said, I couldn't have been happier with the way it worked out. I'm so excited to be heading into another season with these guys, for the most part the same group, and just truly embrace that and build the chemistry even more. But yeah, it's been he had a little bit of a roller coaster after Cleveland. I mean, he went to Carolina, then they let him go, and the Rams picked him up because they needed a quarterback, because Stafford got hurt, and he had that win against the Raiders on Thursday Night Football. Just showing up, didn't know anything about the playbook, but he got thrown right in. They won the game, and then he ends up now in Tampa, and we didn't know what kind of season he was going to have. This is now the post Tom Brady era, and he had a good year. They won the division. They won a playoff game, and you know what? They were competitive against the Lions too, for a little bit there in that game. So, I mean, I don't really know what my expectations are with Baker. I don't really have these high expectations. Like, I think Baker's going to go out there and have an even better year, and the Buccaneers are going to, get back to the Super Bowl with Baker. No, the division's tougher. Um, I kind of just want to enjoy this ride that Baker has at the moment, and I'm hoping that he has continued success in Tampa. I think he deserves it. And when he first got into the league, there was a level of immaturity that I think we all saw. But I think that's out the window. I think he's a different guy from when he first came into the league. I think the league could quickly humble you, and we've seen that with a lot of players. But I think he's a different guy he's definitely a different guy than when he first came into the league. And you know what? I like I said, I hope Tampa is the home for him, and that he continues to succeed there. The division's going to be better, like I said. How are the Buccaneers going to respond to that? You know, um, right now I'm leaning towards the Falcons as being the winners of the division, but that doesn't mean that I would not be happy with Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking that division once again. So, and it was tough at certain points during the year last year because the Bucs, they did get off to a good start, then they were down, and then Baker and that offense got hot again, and they were able to right the ship and get into the playoffs. Now, that last game against the Panthers, yeah, it was a little dicey because they only won 9-0, but they still got in. They beat the Eagles. They were playing the Eagles at the right time because the Eagles were just in a tailspin of their own with their collapse that we talked about a little bit at the start of the show with the quarterback rankings. So they played them at the right time, and against the Lions, they put up a good fight, but they came up short. So what's going to happen this year? I mean, I don't look at the Buccaneers as another team. I don't look at them as a Super Bowl contender, but they still got guys from that Super Bowl team. It's not like those guys are completely gone. You still got Mike Evans. You still got Chris Godwin. They also brought back Antoine Winfield Jr. Still got Levante David as well. They were able to bring him back. They brought back all their free agents. So, they're trying to run it back, and we'll see, how they do. I know I saw an article. Rashad White is looking to have a big year. He's been a productive player for them his first couple of years in the league. So, we'll see how it goes. But for me, I mean, I'm expecting Baker to go out there, put up decent numbers, and maybe compete for an AFC South or NFC South title. And, we'll see. The NFC is not as loaded of a conference as the AFC is. So even if they don't win the division, maybe they find their way into a wild card spot. So, but yeah, just interesting comments by Baker that he compared himself to dirty laundry. But yeah, he was just getting going from team to team. It seemed like nobody he wasn't going to be able to find a new home. The Bucs took a chance on him because they needed a quarterback with Brady retiring, and yeah, did well. Passed for 4,000 yards, 28 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. It's a good year for him. And we'll see if he could build off of that in 2024. So that's really my thoughts on Baker. Let me know what you guys think. What kind of season do you think he's gonna have? Is he gonna have repeated success from last year? I mean, I think so. But we'll have to see. I think I had the Bucs around 8 wins this year. So and they open up against the Commanders. So we'll see how that game goes. That could be an interesting game, week 1. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the show for today. Tomorrow, actually no, not tomorrow, but Wednesday's show, I'll recap the Hard Knocks episode because that's coming out tomorrow night. So I'll get into that on Wednesday's show. I'm going to definitely watch some more of the receiver episodes from Netflix, because I know there's some stuff that was talked about. Devontae Adams, some comments on the Jimmy Garoppolo's benching. So I know I think I touched upon that last week, but that was from that series. So I want to definitely take a look at that. Watch the remaining episodes and get to that today. But yeah, and then also the ESPYs too. I got to watch that. I didn't get a chance to. I saw Lamar Jackson won best play. I think I mentioned that on Friday. But yeah, I want to get into that as well. See if there's anything there maybe to cover. But yeah, that is pretty much it. Make sure to check out all of the other shows, of course. We're at the All-Star break now with baseball. I know the MLB draft that started last night, so we get Sam's perspective on that. We got the Home Run Derby tonight, the All-Star game tomorrow. Not really that juiced up for it. In years past, I was. The Home Run Derby, I'm not really that, excited about. I think part of it's just the participants. No offense to the participants, but I don't know. We had years where we had Ortiz and, Pujols and Miguel Cabrera, I think, was in some, and Giancarlo Stanton. I just feel like this year it's just, I don't know. I'm not really. I think the guys that are in it are good players. It's just, I don't know. We'll see how it is. But yeah, get perspectives on other things, baseball stuff. WNBA. There was that celeb golf tournament that was yesterday. There's still some stuff happening, but yeah, I mean, we're at the All-Star break, so there's gonna be no baseball. Well, other than the Home Run Derby and the All-Star game, there's gonna be no baseball till Friday when that starts up again. But yeah, and look, we still got some time before games start here with football, but we're gonna get there. With college and of course the NFL as well. The Hall of Fame game is in sight. So that is all the time that we have for today. Again, thank you guys for tuning in. We will be back again tomorrow, same time, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And until then, I'm Kenneth Grunfelder signing off from the GSMC Football Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. Have a good day, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Take care.